Hi, so I was looking at our FAQSID, okay, in the Bible, and in the Bible, it's crazy, but I try to read when I can. I know that sounded stupid the way I just said that, but so in the Bible, our FAQSID, okay, so 3 and 5, 3 and 5, Filiberto, Gunther, Fong, and Blind Woman that we went over from the timetables, right, date to date. So I thought this was very interesting how, Decoding End Times pointed out that these people are taking the place of people in the Bible, and like they may not have had a reincarnation till they become that person in the Bible. The evil brothers do, who are actually good or whatever. But I just thought this was interesting how we could have our FAQSID and, you know, my my grandma didn't have a dream or anything, so I don't want to discount what was read in the code of what she said, but I don't know. I mean, there's been no like sure sign, like she didn't say, yes, Brock, you are Limerick, stop making videos. It was all coding, Canon flipping talk. So then our faxed is Salah was the UFOologist in the car crash. I believe it was soccer or rugby. I've got the paper at home. I'm sorry. UL, University of Louisville, is the shortened of that. So that would be the Salah. That's what came out of him. That you know, it doesn't have to be literal. It can just be that that's what was done. And then the Brickson, okay, is president comes out of that, but you get a bunch of different stuff. You get the BP, which there was a whole thing with the trees with Jeremy because I would not pick up his dump or his deposit wherever he did in Lexington around you know we lived in kind of off of Richmond Road, like by the Hooters over there and stuff, like Regal Cinemas, all that, kind of out in the a new like subdivision over there. But and then in Las Vegas has been like that a little bit too with the trees, a little bit. Resai, J. Kleck. Now I'm looking at Revelation 15 for all this. Now I'm not claiming that I have power over these plagues, but what I'm doing is causing some of this stuff a little bit in the spiritual nature of it. Not, if you took me out, it would still be going on. I think. But Dent, coronavirus. Okay, then you get H's name a little bit. Dutchy, Clee, Darkness, Lexington. That was a I thought it was kind of a stupid message that I said to Grox one time. I'm like, it's dark in Lexington, no light at all with the clouds. It's cloudy like it is in England, but it's kind of nostalgic because it's like farmland. So it brings me back to memories of like being in school, like when I was a kid and stuff, and like going on field trips to see plays and like you know. Uh, in the farmland and like drinking the cider or the milk or whatever they had there, for the kids. So, but I did say it was dark in Lexington. That was in about 2016 or 2017. Before I was making videos, when I was just commenting to Grox or whatever. So in Wells Hart, 5 Day Dilophosaur, Clams Casino doesn't share the airtime, is what that reads as. So, Stone Builders, the Chang L's, L. Solomon, E. Matt, and Chang China would be those the ones getting goblins. They sold all of them names, that they are the ones getting the profit of the or cutting off, and were they those people on Wikipedia? It's hard to say. I kind of think they were. I don't think you can change. I don't think you can change your destiny um, based on just making up a reincarnation. I think it would have to be that they were that person. That's what I believe, and I don't think that this reads as necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it has to be a bad thing. I think that they were supposed to be recognized as this is their reincarnation, and they go from there. We did a lot of Daniel 7 coordinations with Wikipedia, so Mill 2017, Manchester, Chester, some, I don't know. Man is very crafty. And, it's hard to say what Paul Walker did with the Tyrese stuff. It gets kind of dark. But let's keep it light with just what we're looking at here, just in the wisdom side of it. But Paul Walker operated differently because he cut off at 46, 47. So all right. So 7-2, Hard Thing, Double Mantle, Lemon, Justin Bieber, Night Songs, T Not L, Shadow of Death, Twister, Epidexid, Turks, Rod Staff. So 7-2, 7-2. Same as What's My Name, 25, Ven, Don, Substitute, Word for Evil Bros. Okay. So, thank you for the information, Lynn D. Enmity, Lee Y. Revelation 15, Second Angel, Dead Man. Okay, so last night, now they showed this at the same time that Dave Dobrik. Let me get this to focus here. Okay. Dave Dobrik, drinking blood. Drink blood, so that's the fountains, the angel over the waters. Dave Dobrik was 95, and then Jay Pesci was 6'5". This is for mansions, okay? Mansions going for sale or being listed. Something was 6'5" and 9'5" were those numbers there. Joe Pesci is Angel of Waters, okay? Angel of Waters. And P. Walker, Power Over Fire. Okay. P. Walker, Power of Fire, J. Pesci, Angel of Waters. So we are completing Revelation 15, the grievous sore, the dot on the I, the something happened with being in the place of Joe Pesci or something with this, the Dob, or I know, the D is silent, I know, or it's Dob Rick, be con, that I'm the accuser. It's more stuff about that I'm not tonight. Don't worry about it tonight, Henry. Don't worry about it tonight, Henry. That stuff. That I'm doing that constantly, even though I have no control of any of this stuff. If I could cut off, I would, Dave Dobrik, something with that, the 95, and J. Pesci 65. So, the Waters Dead Man, it became as aid, that it was aid man, or aid ad man. Okay. The that would be the coronavirus. it became as the blood of a dead man. And then so you have the grievous sore with the dot on the I. You have coronavirus. Then you have this right here. Okay. Then you have this. Okay. Would be the third of Rev 15. Okay. So we got all that. So I did want to show this as well. This is a new creature, okay? So as you can see, these are the feet here. This is the feet. This is the head. All of this here. Okay, this is the torso here. These are the arms. Yeah, all of that is the arms. And then the neck is here. Okay, and then the legs and hips is here. So I know that there's three here. It could be a prolemurus arms situation. It's not three arms though. It's not three arms. It's just, different parts and stuff that they coincide. So new it creature. Okay. So let's see here. I'm actually gonna label this right now. I'm gonna put fingers and yep, prolemurus forearms, fingers, and arms up there. Okay. So yeah, so we got that. I just left that off. But it's spiritual, it's all just we do this together. It's live, we're doing it live like Bill O'Reilly or whatever. So new it creature. Let's go over this here. Okay. This one I thought was the most interesting, and I put this as the neck. I wanted to secure it, make sure it's all flush rivets and that it's protected. Legs and hips up here. Take a look at all this. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought that one was cool too. Of course, all these mean very deep things that I'm not going over, but I have to look at it myself. And a lot of the times I look back on these and then something will pop up to me and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's what that meant, but I won't know it right when I'm looking at it. So criminalize cow slaughter, Hindu mob at Parliament is what that was. 7 November 1966. Let me get this to. There we go. All right. So we got that. So Sikander 1941 film starring Prithviraj Kapoor. So K. Ander, 45, July 1st, 1941 to 14 Aug, 1941, 44 days. So you get this call sign SP3RN radio, Maximilian Colby, 14 Aug, 1941 to 8 Jan, 1894. Read this about him. Very interesting. I was getting thoughts of how, I was told that when I didn't have sex with a girl or something, that it was a good thing, and it kind of represented that Jezebel stuff a little bit. Is how it was related later on, but I literally halted, Lester Holt, all that stuff that is in the news, like, or what's the movie, American Beauty. I did that or whatever, but I did that kind of a couple of times. Not because I'm weird or anything, and I'm not saying that is weird. I'm, forgive me. Like, I stood for, these people, like, the if you want to call them the Reds or whatever, like, I stood for them, man. Like, they're my people too. Like, it's all good, but I do like women. I do like the girls. So, um, but yeah. So I thought he was super interesting, just his whole deal. And then this here, 3800, I thought was cool. And all this. Take a look at all these here. 6464. See Hod they call H. Bob would call H that, and Bob is that frog symbolism again. Um, one of the spirits of God that we went over a long time ago. So this here, take a look at all this. This is the torso here. These ones. Um, so and then an emplesiogonus spider. That's a African crab spider, and that would be the prolemurus forearms. Okay. Bith Star Wars is the fingers, and Elisabetta Fiorini Mazzanti is the arms, and we have all this up here. Um, excuse me. For some reason, I'm talking, and because I'm actually talking, I'm talking to like I would a normal person. Then I cough. It runs in my family. They make fun of my grandpa and my dad for coughing, and that we get choked on water and choked on stuff. Like, it's a family thing. Like, it's English or something, like, or it could be the Norwegian side of it. But it could be a curse. It could be a curse. I wouldn't say it's not. So all right. So just keep a mercy mindset with all this stuff, and I'm not claiming to know anything. I mean, you know, Ben V does what he does, Grox does what he does, and I do what I do. Like, and Mr. Tackpans does what he does, Decoding End Times does what he does. Like, if if everyone is getting signs of, like, and even if it's by the Simpsons, like little synchronicities or something, if it's by the Simpsons or some show you're watching that corresponds with something you just saw, like, a lot of that stuff I account to, oh, that doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't. I'm more like I'm more like, how is God actively, like, getting something done in my life, or showing, like, through the information, like the connections, like this guy here, like this. I thought this was a big connection. The red and the white, like the red meant martyr and all this stuff. Like, I was thinking of martyrs, and I'm like, well, the martyrs are kind of like Islam or something, like, could be, and that maybe the red means Islam, you know. So then, like, I didn't even stop to think about it, but I'm like, that that shark, that um that hammer that we had, the hammer that we had for Esau, that was like a lightsaber and stuff. That lightsaber means they don't cut off, and then it had shark part of it, which is like the strength of it, and then it had like the handle curved, like it's curved like an Arabian type sword, and then it's a hammer, like Zion is for the Matrix, for the Jews, and they're all about their holy land and getting the land, and, like, um, the machines, I don't know if they could represent Islam. I'm trying to think. Like, well, yeah, because Gabriel is a part of that with Grox, and like they're a part of that. They get it started to where Grox does the machine stuff, but um, like I'm just thinking like this, and then I'm thinking like if God is showing himself to these watchmen, then how can they be bad? Like I'm having trouble being like, oh, I can't trust any watchmen. Like it's just me. I'm solo. Like I'm having trouble like really figuring out like who is doing what. So but the machines, like the machine here, we'll start a new one here. Machines. Okay, machines. Machines. Well, that relates to Filiberto, right? Filiberto in the workout sense. And then it's the iPhone, Apple, you know, which is Hiram Fong, right? Okay. So um machines. And then I think of Constantine, you know. I think of Constantine, the alley, the bowling alley. Okay. So, like, what are we looking at here? You know, are we looking at this here? And are we looking at this here? And are we looking at, this here? I believe so. I believe so. Machines, you know. Because what are the machines doing? Sets the machines against against the aliens, okay? Against the aliens. Okay, and even with that, because the aliens represent some of that lion stuff, right? The lion stuff. So, but they're everything, but just in the basic sense, they're the lion stuff. But um, I like this guy, like this is all equus stuff, equine, like. So, and that's what I meant by the poor. It's like they're not like good, like they're not honorable competition or whatever. That's what I meant. So like the so I'm gonna say that it's the machine exhaust, like they're steam. I don't think that they're going to have to do it themselves. I don't. I mean, maybe some will, but you know, um, I think that's what we're looking at here. So thank you.